So it's time to go back into the project, try to find these little mistakes and eliminate them.
And I don't know where you are.
This morning mostly started off with taking care of business things. I got great news that I want to share with you. But first of all, I need a cup of coffee. The party yesterday went way longer than expected. The news are all about my Rising track with the vocals of Kaylee. I got an email with the release date. It will be the 9th of December. These are actually just 21 more days. And I also have the cover that I can show to you. So this will be the cover. Track is called Rising. It is featuring Kaylee Rhea. She's the singer and songwriter. And it will be released on a label called Diamond. I'm super happy this is happening so fast. My last release, Shadows of You, just got released exactly 1 week ago. And the Not Scared track that I mixed yesterday will also be released quite soon. I guess at the end of January, maybe the beginning of February. It really depends. Because usually the beginning of January in the new year is a really bad time to do anything. Although I'm done with the mixing on the Not Scared track, it's still not all finished. I have to clean it to get rid of the clicks and noises that are still left, especially in the vocals. So we'll definitely need my studio headphones today to be able to really listen to it closely. I wish I could use them now to listen to music on my way to the studio, but the jack and the iPhone 7 don't really get along. Luckily I got these small wireless headphones. I can just recommend to every music producer before releasing a track to really check it on headphones. You will hear a lot of details that are just not possible to hear on speakers. The first little annoying crack is right here in the vocals.
Don't say out loud.
It's right here, you can even see it in the waveform, and since there is no singing going on at the same time, I can just cut it out and delete this part. Here at the beginning of this part is a bit of breathing left.
There are things.
Some producers get just rid of the breathing entirely in a track. I think it sounds a bit unnatural. I usually try to keep it if it sounds good and is not distracting from the track and the overall performance. I just lower all of the breathing because when you compress the vocals, the more quiet parts get louder and then the breathing is almost as loud as the singing. So I use Isotope, what is it called? Isotope's Nectar. It has this very handy fader where you can just reduce the breathing. I've just realized I'm still not really satisfied with the de-essing. I've used Logic's D-Esser, it usually gets the job done. But here in this case it doesn't really hit the right frequencies no matter how I adjust it. So I will use another plugin that I really love on vocals. This plugin is called Bitchvik Vocals. It's from Waves and it has a lot of settings that are really handy for vocals. You can low cut, high cut, you can change the presence. Also here is the de-essing knob that just works really well. You can also compress the vocals. And what I really like is that you can add a little bit of saturation. By the way, if you're wondering what a de-esser does, it's just there to remove the harsh S sounds out of the vocals. I can play you the vocals now without the de-essing and then with the de-esser.
Safely in my high.
And now just for demonstration to the maximum.
Safely in my high. Safely.
You can really hear how the S sounds get pushed down. In this case, obviously way too much. I will just put it probably in the middle of the setting and it should be good to go. Next up, correcting a little bit the pitch of the vocals. I just went into Logic's flex mode. I've selected all of the notes and applied 50% of correction. Just to get the vocals a little bit tighter, I will now do this for all of the vocals, getting rid of the clicks, doing the de-essing on the other tracks, and correcting the pitch.
I see the sun rising and I know there's no hiding. I see the sun rising, it's rising.
The vocals sound now as clean as possible. It's one of these tasks I don't really like. It's very technical, there's nothing creative going on. and you're just kind of correcting small mistakes, but you have to take care of them. If you have any mistakes in the vocals, even somebody that doesn't have a clue about music will hear it, because we're also used to the human voice, and if there's a click, a harsh S sound, you will hear it immediately and it will drag you away from enjoying the music. This time I even went so far on the first chorus to draw in automation and really pull down small little things that I didn't like to hear on the vocals. Especially here in the gaps you can hear a little bit of mouth noises, and just automating is the quickest way at the end. And what's really handy about the newest Logic version is you can put the volume into a relative mode, so all the automation changes you do in here don't affect the main fader. If you want to make all of the vocals louder, you can just do it without affecting the automation. I think I will also draw in automation for all of the rest of the vocals. I also found some more resonating frequencies in the hi-hats. What I usually do is I select a very narrow band and boost it by as much as possible and go through the hi-hat, and I try to find the frequency that is resonating and then just pull it down. This is one of the most annoying tasks. It really hurts in the ear. And I think I found it. It's right here at around 4800 Hertz. And I'm just pulling it down. And now before. Be really careful when you're done finding these resonances. Make a break of 10-15 minutes. Your ear is so used to the very high ringing frequency that when you listen afterwards to your entire track, it will sound super dull and you might overcorrect. I found even more small clicking noises that usually happen when you cut things, but there is a really easy solution in Logic. You just select the part with the clicking, go here into fade in or fade out, depending on where the clicking appears, and then just pull it up until it's gone. It's basically just creating a little fade out or fade in, and it's way more handy than doing this with the automation. Getting rid of these kind of small mistakes is really not my favorite task in the studio, but it has to be done. It's actually super important, especially for me, because once the track is released, you can't change anything about it, and I hate listening to old tracks of mine and finding these kind of mistakes. I've left the studio today a little bit earlier. Vanessa is leaving tomorrow morning for 2 weeks to the Dominican Republic. She's doing their vacation with a friend. So I was thinking to take her out for dinner. Okay, we're going out for a romantic dinner. This time...
For real?
Yes, no dinner. We're still not sure which place, but there are plenty around this area. The only problem, it's raining like crazy, so it's very likely we will just pick the place that is the closest. We've now decided to go to a place that we already tried a couple of times. There is no way to make a reservation there, you just have to go there and try it. We already tried it a couple of times. We're now living here in this area for how many years? 2, 3? And we've never made it, but maybe tonight we're lucky. Fingers crossed that they have some seats available. I already see 2 people waiting in line. We have now to wait probably 40-50 minutes just to get a seat, but that's pretty good for this place. We went here once in the summertime and they told us at least 2 hours. Probably just now getting some cocktails at the bar and then hopefully a really good dinner that is worth it. The dinner was really good. I had 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 glasses of wine. I had a really good risotto with artichokes. Vanessa had penne with, what was it? Salsiccia, something like that, like a sausage. I didn't have anything else to eat today, so I ordered another dish, one of my favorites, with a lot of my favorite cheese. I have to laugh because Vanessa corrected my English. the dishes are changing daily. That's why there's only one place where you can look up what they're serving. So I went there, took a picture, and we just looked on it on our phones. And we were extremely lucky. Just 30 minutes later, there were like 20-30 people standing in line and waiting. And even outside, the people were waiting, although it was raining, super windy and super cold. From tomorrow on, I will be all alone here for the next 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
This will be a lot of fun.
Hey, behave.
This will be less fun than normally. Ever?
Whatever. Yeah.
I can always only film when I'm passing one of these lights. Without it, it's pretty dark.